I'm Dr. Afuji from Matrix Dental Specialist, and today we're going to be reviewing a TikTok, our first TikTok for 2023. Let's see.
How are my teeth so white? Because I picked out the whitest color. Are they veneers? They are veneers. But chompers.
So obviously each to their own, and everyone can do whatever they want, and obviously we don't know what her indications were for veneers, but seeing that she does appeal to quite a broader audience, I thought let's just comment on it. So veneers, as much as they are minimally invasive, the reality is as soon as something's done to your teeth, it is invasive. So it's obviously the thought process that something's minimally invasive generally would lead to someone thinking that it's safe and it's okay to do. I think you should still only do dentistry if it's absolutely necessary. So yes, you're 19 and you have veneers done, and there are cases where patients have to get veneers done for multitude of reasons. But if we're doing it just for aesthetic purposes, it can have serious consequences long term. Because good dentistry, no matter how well it's done or what technology is used, will fail at some point. And what you've done is you've taken a tooth that could have been potentially or biologically healthy and now added a human element to it, which in turn we've added a lifespan to it. So veneer today, crown tomorrow, root canal the day after, and then possibly implant next month. That's kind of the timeline of what happens with the tooth as soon as a veneer is done, or any sort of invasive or minimally invasive work is done to it. The other thing also is at 19, I think she's 19, there are still mid-facial changes. I won't say there's growth, but there's maturation that happens. So in essence, what's happening is that the teeth will still move around to some degree. There's still a slight element of eruption that occurs with these teeth. So in essence, the veneers have margins where the veneer and the tooth actually meet, and the initial time that you make that veneer or you fabricate that veneer, that margin is on the gum level. So I think Stacey's going to get a little image up here where there's a margin up there and the gum is above and the veneer is below, and you kind of want that margin to be hidden just under the gum. If this tooth had to erupt even by 0.5 millimeter or 1 millimeter, what happens now is that margin, that line where the veneer and the tooth meet, becomes visible in the mouth. So aesthetically that becomes a problem. So right now her chompers are perfectly white, but by the time she's 24, 25, when these teeth move a little bit more, there's going to be a yellow or a brown mark just above that. And that's purely the color of her teeth. So I think mid-facial changes and maturation occurs throughout life. The literature will talk about it in some patients up to the age of 60. But I think the safe age to start doing some sort of indirect invasive work would be 24, 25 years old, if it's done in a semi-elective manner. So yeah, that's just my opinion. Sure, she's pretty happy with the teeth. She's quite proud of it. The color-wise, I have no problem with it. As long as she's happy, patients are happy, that's all that matters. But yeah, I think the crux of this message is anything that's minimally invasive is still invasive, and it should be done if absolutely necessary, knowing all the consequences that can occur when carrying out such a procedure. Thanks a lot.